Hello, friends, and welcome to 10 Points Under, where today we're bringing you not one, not two, but 30 10-point figures. And I know what you're asking. You're like, hey, the Blade Gruts, they're like a four-man squad, so it should be 32 10-point figures. To which I say, hey, you know what? Yes, that is true, but they're both dropping one because of a figure limit. And so it's only 30 instead of the 32 like you would expect with the normal four-man squad. Anyway, this is Big Bullfrog here, and joining me today is none other than Knight of Scape. So Knight of Scape, to introduce a little bit, is somebody who I have not interacted with very much before, but good player. I know he's a good player. I've seen him a lot in the tournament scene. Not that I've played a bunch of the tournament scene this year, but I'm always following it because I'm always interested in how it's going, and he's been doing really, really well. By this point, maybe there's already a video out with him in it. Maybe not. I'm not certain, but yeah. Anyway, sorry. Welcome, Knight of Scape.
Hello. Good to be here. I've enjoyed watching the show. It's fun to actually be on here.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on, and I'm always really, really glad to have new people showing up and getting to meet new people. I mean, this show is a cool excuse to get to meet new people for me, so I'm pretty happy with it. Even though, sorry, True, if you happen to watch this one, True, I want you back. Please come back. But anyway, yeah. So today we're going to be casting a game from the NHSD Online Tournament event that they held a little while back. This is the maybe semifinals, maybe finals round. I guess I won't spoil it too much, but well, actually, it's not a spoiler. These two are both 3-0 right now. Also, in another game, there was another player, Doc, who is also 3-0 at this point in the tournament. If he wins his game, then there is another game after this. If he loses that game, there's not another game, and the winner of this game is the champion. But it's not a spoiler to say that Doc won his game, and so the winner of this game goes on to play Doc in a future game. And so this is these two figuring out who gets to go on. There are a lot of Blade Gruts on the board because Blade Gruts were doing really, really well in this tournament. So up here on the top, we've got BodaciousBlood. He is running 4 squads of Blade Gruts: Tornak, Grimnak, and Kuthnak. Kuthnak being a moderately new C3V figure. So if you need to check out that card is in the description below. Down here, we've got 4 squads of Blade Gruts again. This time with Nirak, also Grimnak, and then Kaemon Awa as well. So 2 pretty beefy Blade Grut armies. And let's see, so Knight of Scape, I know you said you played in the event, you didn't play against either of these armies, but did you get to see the Blade Grut armies in action at all?
I mean, I watched a little bit of games, and obviously I've played Blade Gruts and Grimnak before. It's a solid army. I mean, it's kind of, a lighter version of the Heavy Grut army. Mm-hmm. But Grimnak, I mean, 4 figures spawning with a solid hero is a solid army, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so it'll be really interesting to see how this army, well, basically how these two armies play, because they've got a lot in common, but also just the difference of Kuthnak and Kaemon Awa. Kaemon Awa giving you a nice amount of range to use, special attack, also like a beast against melee heroes, so that's pretty nice. But Kuthnak, as we've probably seen by this point, I don't know, I've got another game with Kuthnak in it, and I think it's probably been posted before this one. Kuthnak can really disrupt enemy positions with his Incantation of Boiling Blood special power, which I'm sure we'll see a good amount of in this game. So we'll see how that, I don't know, changes this matchup.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Bodacious plays Kuthnak and how Veggie tries to counter play against that. Because I was saying, I played in this tournament, and when this was happening, Kuthnak had been out for like a week. So
that's true.
I was like reading his card for the first time, and I kind of got crushed by a different Kuthnak army in one of my games. So I suspect that Veggie has better plans for counterplay than I did, but it'll be interesting to see how he affects the matchup versus the more traditional Kaemon Awa choice.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it because I mean, and especially here, you've got so many figures for Boiling Blood to just go loose on. It'll be a good one. I'm excited for this. Let's see. Without further ado, we can go ahead and start this and see how these armies develop out. But yeah. Out of curiosity, well, I guess to start things off, do you remember who won this match? Not to say, not to like spoil it or anything for the viewers. I'm just wondering if you, because if I'm gonna ask you about armies, if that's gonna like weigh on your decision or.
I mean, yeah, I think I know the results.
Okay. Yeah, I think most people know the results of this match, but for those who haven't seen it yet or heard about the finals game or anything like that, we'll leave that unspoiled. So what would your expectations be then, going into this? How do you think? Well, I guess I'll put it this way. Sorry. What do you think Veggie needs to do in order to like negate that, or not necessarily negate, but like minimize the threat of Kuthnak here? Because, like you said, Kuthnak, he can send an orc in. It can attack everything next to it. How do you think Veggie fights against that? Like, tries to prevent that, or does he try to prevent that?
Well, I think what I think you want to do is, just try to minimize like the quality of the boiling bloods that Kuthnak can get off, because the trade-off with boiling blood is you're destroying your own figure to do it. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that like the benefit that he's getting from the boiling blood attack is not that much more than just sending an orc in to make a normal attack. Like, you don't want to let him hit 4 figures at once, basically. So you need to be very aware of what the boiling blood possibilities are and how that affects your positioning. And I think Veggie probably needs to plan ahead a little bit to make sure that he doesn't end up in a situation where, boiling blood is really preventing him from taking a good position. So there could be some trickiness with the fact that the orcs do want to stay next to Grimnak and near Nirak and all that. Like, he wants to try to keep these auras going, but he also doesn't want a bunch of figures next to each other to get hit by a boiling blood whirlwind.
Yeah.
Particularly because with the way it works, the boiling blood, you can have one of the other orcs attack to try to open a space to send in your boiling blood orc. So I guess you kind of have to watch out for that possibility also. Like, you can't just choke them off from reaching you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess, no, that's not quite right. But
yeah,
well,
no, I mean,
with the bonding hero, that is, yeah. Like,
right.
Grimnak, it's the same thing that, you normally do with orcs heavies. You can have Grimnak go in and chomp somebody, and then that opens a space for your Gruts to come through.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, let's see, I've got to double check really quick, but because boiling blood adds 3 to the move, right?
Yeah, 3 move, 1 attack, and whirlwind.
Yeah, which is crazy good with like these. So a 9 move Blade Grut with, it's only 3 attack, but also that's 3 attack that can attack everything around it, and also it has disengage. So yeah, like you said, if Grimnak chomps a hole in a screen, it can run in. I'm like, if you get something like right here next to these figures, that's really nice. Yeah,
if Veggie doesn't develop everything fast enough and Kuthnak can launch somebody into the start zone, then that could deal a lot of damage. Mm-hmm. But then if you develop too many orcs forward, they all get kind of clogged up. Like, the way this map works also, it really funnels everyone into a choke point in the middle of the map. So again, it makes it kind of hard to not have a bunch of figures next to each other. So
yeah, exactly. And so I think that's going to be like, I don't know, like, because I could see that being huge if, Veggie's trying to group up, to try to push through here, and if Bodacious can just send in Blade Grut turn after turn to take things out. And I mean, like, Blade Grut defense, really, well, I don't know, because let's see, if you've got Blade Gruts next to Grimnak and within Nirak Aura, that's 4 defense. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. My math skills are not incredible, so I don't know what the probabilities even out to there. Definitely don't want to let him get like 3 Blade Gruts attacked in the same turn. I would imagine 2 is kind of like, I don't know, 2 feels like on the cusp where that could be really bad, but it's probably safe.
Yeah, I think if he's only attacking 2 orcs with Boiling Blood, it's not that bad, particularly if they have Grimnak and Nearax Auras. Because again, he's guaranteed to lose the Blade Grut that he uses Boiling Blood on. Like, that's one more orc you don't have to kill.
Right.
So if he uses Boiling Blood and kills 1 orc, then that's kind of just like a waste of an attack, you know? He traded one of his Blade Gruts for one of yours, but he only gets to attack with 3 Blade Gruts this turn. So you really have to like be killing at least 2 figures for Boiling Blood to be worth it.
Right.
And with the Boiling Blood or with Blade Gruts, they'll only have 3 attack. That's where I feel like Kuthnak is extra scary with like the Death Chasers with their higher attack value. You know, they're already hyper offense oriented, and then being able to launch them in with Whirlwind gets crazy.
Oh yeah.
But with only 3 attack on the orcs, 3 attack on 4 defense is like a 40% chance to wound. So even if you're attacking 3, well, I guess if you're attacking 3 4 defense Blade Gruts, you would only kill a little over 1 on average. But Veggie can't really keep all of his Blade Gruts next to Grimnak. So I think what you really want to watch for is opportunities to launch a Boiling Blood orc against opponents that, you know, aren't getting Grimnak's defense boost.
Right, yeah, and I think, because, yeah, exactly, Grimnak can't be everywhere. And, like, right now, for example, if Bodacious is able to send, like, an orc down to here-ish, so basically attack Nearax and another Blade Grut at the same time, I don't know, I feel like attacking Nearax is already pretty good, because Nearax is, like, the defensive backbone of the army. And so if you get a lucky swing there, you know, put a wound on him, awesome. Get super lucky and just kill him, even better. So I think that is something that Veggie needs to watch out for. But also, like you said, you know, if he, while he's using Boiling Blood, he's bleeding. I didn't realize that. Literally bleeding Blade Gruts.
Of course, the other interesting thing to keep in mind is like Boiling Blood isn't a special attack like some of the other sacrificial abilities like Pellets or something. So you can get height advantage on it. Like,
yeah,
if you can find a way to attack a bunch of orcs from height where you're rolling 4 dice, then that becomes a much better proposition for you also.
Right, yeah. So. Or even like with orc champions, like to bring up that scenario that you had earlier, if Grimnak comes forward, for example, right here, I don't know that this is a great choice, probably not a great choice, but just as an example, if Grimnak comes here, chomps this guy, put a Boiling Blood orc here, and then you've got 2 attacks of 4, 1 on an orc, 1 on Grimnak. No, I don't know that specifically is worth it, but you know that is definitely an option.
Yeah, that's also a good point. If you can get the boost from your Grimnak or your Tornak in there, then it's multiplied when your figure gets to attack multiple times, basically.
Yeah, it's. I'll be honest. Kuthnak, since I am able to peek behind the C3V curtain, wasn't really my cup of tea for a while. They did have to work on him a lot, but even like when he got closer to his current iteration, I'm like, that seems okay. But once I've seen him in action, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that seems pretty good. That's really disruptive to opponent armies.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, like you said, the disruption can be a big part of the effect. Like, even if you don't use Boiling Blood on a turn, the threat that you can really force your opponent to position themselves a lot more carefully. So, if you're putting a lot of work into trying to deny good Boiling Blood attacks, then you might be weakening your own development, which can give the Kuthnak player an advantage.
Right. Yeah, and that's something that I saw a pretty good amount, because I was watching a lot of BodaciousBlood games during this tournament, largely because I know him in real life, so I was rooting for him. And that's something that I noticed a lot of his opponents were struggling with, was like that whole, like, okay, how do I develop into this? Because if I develop too much, then I get multiple hits on me. But if I develop too slow, then he's just going to pick me off anyway. And, you know, that lets all of these Blade Gruts develop, and you don't want to face 15 Blade Gruts in the middle of the board.
Mm-hmm.
But looks like we've got a Boiling Blood, first Boiling Blood of the game, and his turn is done. The end. Just kidding. That's gotta be wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so that wasn't even full move. Straight into there.
I guess going for the attack on Kaemon kind of makes sense. Like, you don't care about Counter-Strike if you're about to die anyway.
That's true. That's true.
That.
Yeah, that's actually, that's a really good point. I like that. I don't think I like this specific attack because that's a 5 defense Grimknack with Nirak right there. Wait. Yeah, all orcs get the butt. So 5 defense Grimknack and then a 5 defense Kaemon. I do like that. Using Boiling Blood on Kaemon, but I don't know. I think there'd probably be a better time to go. Like, I'd rather use Boiling Blood into Nirak.
Yeah, Nirak seems more important to take down early.
But there's a wound. Nice. See, Bodacious, you just gotta listen to me. That would have been one more die. You could have gotten another skull. You could have just won the game right here and now.
The other thing, of course, that we haven't mentioned yet that makes the Boiling Blood kind of scary is that the Gruts all have disengage.
Oh yeah.
So it's 9 move that can, ignore engage. Like, there's a lot of places you can get to with 9 move disengage. It's, again, hard for your opponent to deny you from getting somewhere.
I kind of think of it like Vinoc Vipers, but like at their super scary form, because it's 9 move. But also, they have disengage. And yeah, it's going to die, just like Vinoc Vipers die, but it's like guaranteed to kill everything, which is kind of like a frenzy. Plus, you're also moving 3 more, and those ones only get like 2 attack, but still, that's still always, like, that board control is always big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kaemon coming out and doing Kaemon. So yeah, I think Kaemon's going to be that... you've got Kuthnak for this army. Kaemon for this one, I think, is like the really big deal because Kaemon is going to be hard for Bodacious to deal with.
Yeah, there's some nice, like, those 5 high hexes look like great Kaemon perches.
Oh yeah, right?
Veggie kind of moving towards the one on the right there.
Yeah, that's a really scary prospect. Although Bodacious does get a nice block off there, so that'll be 4 attack down.
Yeah, he sees what Veggie's trying to do, and he's wisely denying it.
And boom, Boiling Blood from 9 spaces away, just all the way across the board. I've seen it used a lot at this point, but every time I'm still like, holy cow, that is just across the board.
Yeah. Now he's doing what you suggested and going for Nirak.
Took him long enough. Come on, Bodacious. All right. Only 1 skull, so that's... Yeah, that's a bummer. Oof, that's a double bummer.
Oof. Yeah.
Even worse if Kaemon gets like... Okay, Kaemon took a wound. I was going to say it'd be even worse if Kaemon counter-struck right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so far, there've been some cool plays, but the actual die rolls, the effects of Boiling Blood have not been that good for Bodacious.
Yeah. In fact, let's see. Yeah, as far as using Boiling Blood, I don't, because both of those attacks failed too. So
yeah, I don't think he's actually wounded anything with it. And I mean, we can see Veggie's been setting it up, so he can't really hit more than 2 figures with the Whirlwind, which is where I was saying at the beginning, it's kind of questionable with that whether killing 2 figures is even worth the suicide.
Right.
Although I guess somewhat, like, you can figure with Blade Gruts, their defense is so weak anyway that if you charge a Blade Grut in, it would die. Like, there's not a real chance of it blocking all the attacks on the opponent's turn. So.
Right, yeah, and that's true too. And I do like, well, yeah, no, like, so, yeah, now that you bring that up, and as I'm thinking about it, Because you definitely want to be getting value with your boiling blood attacks, and it's probably more important to be getting value with boiling blood than with like regular attacks, since you are losing that figure, and so you need
Mhm.
those like high value trade potentials.
Mhm.
Um, which I guess kind of makes it like a double-edged sword against um like an army of Blade Gruts, because
Mhm.
usually you'd think, oh, that's a lot of targets, that's a lot of potential for boiling blood. I can low defense figures, and there's a lot of them. I can get some good trades in, but um if your opponent denies that, then it actually becomes maybe a detriment, where
Mhm.
Kuthnak's not doing as much because you're losing value instead of gaining value, and
Mhm.
then you just end up making yourself outnumbered faster than you usually would.
Yeah, so far, all that Boiling Blood has done is kill 2 of his own Blade Gruts.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, exactly. And so like he's been losing value there, and and that's board state right now, not looking great for Bodacious.
Yeah, Veggie's starting to take control of the high ground on the left and push in towards Bodacious's Grimnack. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the yeah, the fact here that Veggie has Keeman giving him that ranged attack kind of gives Veggie more control over where the battle happens. Like he
Mm-hmm.
can always threaten if he controls that left side. He can potentially send Keeman over there, ping, and kind of force Bodacious to come to him uh, in a way that's a little harder for Bodacious to do.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, I do like that. Like, the boiling blood is kind of like a ranged attack for the Blade Gruts, where you just send in kind of like an attack of 9 each turn, even though it's like
Mm-hmm.
actively killing your figures. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like you could. I haven't seen it in practice, but I feel like you could use that to good effect against a ranged army. Not so much here,
Mm-hmm.
where you've got Kaemon plus Blade Gruts in the front, so you're
Yeah,
blocking
that's
that
the thing.
off.
You can set up a screen where your boiling blood orc is attacking enemy orcs on height. So
Mm-hmm.
um, he's unlikely to kill something and then he dies. So you're ending up like losing the battle of attrition.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Now, that's if, Veggie can get himself potted up on the height, which he's not there yet. But that would be kind of a winning end game for him if he can move towards that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, let's
And
see.
yeah, right
So was
now.
that the first orc that Bodacious has killed? Yeah, that was the first orc he killed.
Wow,
Dang.
that's rough. He's already running pretty low on Blade Guts himself.
Yeah, he's
Just
down to
under
7.
2 cards.
Yeah. Good hit on Kaimon there, though. That is, I'm sure,
Yeah,
very
that's a
welcome
big
to him.
deal. Because now, Kaimon can't even like afford to disengage and retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it would be a very big risk to do that.
Yeah. So that'll be really, really nice to see Veggie going in with Blade. I mean, like, I feel like it's pretty straightforward for Veggie at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, like, you've still got to kill Grimnak, still got to kill Tornak, but when your
Mm-hmm.
opponent is down to 7 Blade Gruts and you've got Grimnak in your army, it's pretty easy to get rid of those. Um,
Yep.
Oof,
There
man.
is some question how aggressive he wants to be here because it looks like he's just moving up Grimnak. Yeah, it's like, do you charge in with your orcs on the front lines and get attacks on the opponent's Grimnak in there or something, or do you want to develop more orcs from the rear so that you don't run out of pieces to use? It looks like he's kind of striking a balance here.
Yeah.
That's always one of the tricky things with melee armies, where like when you're first starting out, kind of the idea is like, I'm just going to charge up Grimnak and one squad of orcs and attack until the orcs are dead. And then you find that the rest of your orcs are way back in the start zone and Grimnak is alone and you're going to lose.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
I mean, I remember doing that plenty of times when I was new to the game and being like, man, why did I lose? And
yep.
and I now take time, especially at my Utah scene where we do have new people a lot. I I do see that still happen a lot, and so like, so you need to keep your guys together.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. So, okay, Bodacious took an initiative. So that's maybe something to go his way. I don't know. I'm trying to see a way back into this game for him. And unfortunately, I don't know, because he'd need. Oh, what does he need to win, or or at least to like make a comeback?
I don't know. There's a lot of Blade Gruts to eat through.
Yeah. And like I'm like, cause he needs. I think the biggest thing maybe is oof. Oh, that hurts.
Ouch.
Oh, that hurts, man. Killing Kaemon there would have been at least something, but man, that is not pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, basically, I was about to say, if you can kill Kaemon and Grimnak somehow, through a stroke of luck and take out. I mean, I didn't think it'd have to be luck for Kaemon. Now, at this point, it'll have to be, but like, because Grimnak can basically solo most of the rest of his army. But if Grimnak is out of the picture, then his Grimnak can do really, really well against the Blade Gruts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he basically, I guess, needs to kill Veggie's Grimnak and then roll good defense with his Grimnak.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty hard. And Kuthnak is basically doing nothing now because the boiling blood becomes a significantly worse proposition when you're down to one card of orcs or less. And
yeah, exactly. I mean, like,
you're permanently losing an activation for every orc you suicide.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's got like if you could maybe get like 6 orcs next to each other to boiling blood into, sure. But
yeah.
Obviously Veggie's
if Veggie
not
sets up
his
orcs in a nice shape for you, then
yeah. And there's the first wound on Grimnak. 2 Blade Gruts remaining. Still a full life or no wait, nope. 2 wounds on Tornak. Never mind. I don't know why I thought it was full life.
Yeah.
Full life Kuthnak, so you got that. Although I am checking.
Sadly,
right
Kuthnak himself has pretty bad stats. He's only got 2 attack.
Alright, Champa Grut, miss an attack. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but it doesn't seem like a game that. I mean, I've seen Tornak do some pretty amazing things with 5 defense and 4 attack. But he'd have to do some really amazing things.
Like, Tornak could definitely step down and maybe kill Kaemon, but getting rid of all of those Blade Gruts is just going to be hard.
Yeah.
Even if you somehow kill Grimnak, then it's just a lot of activations, a lot of figures that Bodacious can't match anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm almost wondering, because I mean, so you get to the point of the game, right, where like if you're in Bodacious' position and you're really, really behind, you're like, okay, I need a big swing to win, or I need, like basically, it's the whole what does winning look like / what risky plays do I need to take to win the game, because if I don't take them, I'll lose anyway. And I wonder if that means like, and now maybe Veggie made it easier for him, depends on what he does with an orc, but maybe that means like taking Tornak and going for a 4 out of 4 skulls versus a blank on Grimnak just to finish him off.
Yep. Veggie's not going to give him that option.
Yeah.
He's maybe making the same analysis that Tornak is the scariest thing here. Because Grimnak is really bad against Grimnak.
Oh, yeah.
He can't chomp, so he only has 2 attack versus 4 defense and 5 life.
Oh, yeah. It's like the most anticlimactic Tyrannosaurus fight you've ever seen.
Yeah. I know. As a kid, I was very disappointed that Grimnak only had 2 attack.
Oh, yeah.
And 1 range. It's like, he has got so many cool looking weapons. He has a big axe, he has a bow, he has 2 attack and melee.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was thinking the same thing, and like the chomp is awesome because you're auto killing a thing, but I'm like, man, this guy should like be able to do something. This orc isn't pulling his own weight.
He's riding a dino. He should automatically have height advantage on everyone. Fortunately, chomping figures feels awesome enough that I can overlook it. But
it's true. It's true. Yeah. You just need a little bit of flavor for the king of the dinosaurs taking on another dinosaur or something. I can see Bodacious thinking about doing something with Tornak. But part of what he's thinking is like attacking this guy, I think, or maybe he's just gonna chomp that guy, and I think that's just it's fine, it's safe, but I think it's just prolonging his death.
Mm-hmm. He's going to have a kind of annoying situation with order markers for next round.
Oh, yeah.
If that Blade Grut dies, then he can't, use them to bond anymore. So
is he going over here with that Blade Grut even? And I guess maybe he wants the ease of order marker. I guess he could then just hide in the corner, but
yeah, I don't know what advantage there is to the water there over the corner.
Yeah.
Wait, can Nirak actually attack from there? Like I thought. The Blade Grut's 4 or 5.
Blade Gruts are 4, but this water space is level 1.
Oh, it's level 1. Yeah, it's only the ones in the corner that are 0. That's a little weird.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. Ooh, you could get Tornak up here. Go for that Sabertooth. I mean, that's I think you still got to kill Grimnak, but
although on the plus side, I guess like Grimnak is not good against Tornak either. So Veggie's Grimnak has run out of things to chomp at this point. Well, he can chomp Kuthnak, but I guess Grimnak probably doesn't need to be the priority anymore for Bodacious. Like he might be better off just trying to wear through the Gruts.
Right, yeah. Yeah, although, I can see that.
Veggie's, continuing to set things up so he can't get 2 Gruts in 1 turn with Grimnak. Like, I think that's what you ideally want to be doing here is chomp 1 Grut, attack another Grut, but keeping Grimnak penned in. So all he can do is chomp a Grut and attack Grimnak or Tornak, or Grimnak or Nirak.
Yeah, really good placement for Veggie. I mean, like we saw it earlier with the denying good boiling blood attacks, and now with like just going against Grimnak. Bodacious going for Kaemon, which works. So that's
something.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the play I would have made, but I don't think it's like a bad play necessarily because Kaemon. And you could argue that even if he kills all these orcs, then Kaemon is still really, really good against like Kuthnak because that's what it's probably would come down to. So good to use Tornak for that while you've got the option.
Yeah, Grimnak and Kuthnak both have 2 attacks, so they really don't like Counter-Strike.
Yeah. All right, there's Kuthnak defending like a champion. Okay, not defending. Well, that's still pretty good. Only 1 wound there, so
he's doing his best.
Yeah.
If only he could actually boil his opponent's blood.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That would be a crazy strong mechanic.
Yeah, situationally, situationally broken mechanic where he's just like, and now you're dead, and you're dead.
Like turn anyone into Marku.
Yeah. All right, 2 more moves.
It would be funny if it still only worked on orcs, like in the mirror match.
Oh yeah. Only worth it in mirror matches.
Yes.
But there we go. That is the fall of Kuthnak, and that'll be the game. unfortunately could not pull it back, BodaciousBlood. Or fortunately, depending on who you're rooting for or who you are in this situation. I'm sure Vegetarian was pretty happy that he did not pull it back, especially because that would have been a crazy comeback. But even still, I enjoyed the game. It was kind of a landslide, but I still enjoyed the game.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. I think, yeah, as we saw, Veggie did a real good job of denying good boiling blood attacks and being threatening with Kaemon also. Like the way he was, maneuvering to position him up on the height, and then there's no way Bodacious could attack him without height advantage, and he could just kind of snipe everybody. So, Bodacious was really kind of pressured into going after Kaemon early on, which took him a very long time to kill, and just let Veggie get a huge lead in Blade Grut numbers. So it also didn't help that the boiling bloods that Bodacious did do kept getting blocked, that none of his attacks went through. So
yeah, exactly.
If he could have gotten a good roll on Nierak earlier and killed him off real fast, then that could have helped swing things a lot.
Yeah, agreed. And I'm trying to think of where, I don't know, because especially when a game ends up being a landslide like this, you're usually like, okay, what did I do wrong? What happened? And I mean, I didn't like the attack where he sent a boiling blood down here after Grimneck and Kaemon. If that was another one against Nierak, then I think it's a little bit better. But I mean, I think there were some positions that Bodacious was taken, but even with those, I feel like those are relatively small things to turn it into such a such a landslide victory. And I think part of that is Veggie's excellent defensive positioning throughout the whole game, and just limiting what Bodacious could do. It was kind of it wasn't like that Bodacious was playing subpar, more that Veggie was just not leaving any openings and basically took an early lead and turned it into a suffocating Bodacious throughout the rest of the game. But yeah, no, I mean, I still think it was a fun game. It was a good time, and congrats to Veggie, who, small spoiler for the future, or not spoiler, I guess, teaser for the future. Like I mentioned earlier, he went on to face Doc in the finals game, and be looking forward to that one, because that one ended up being an exact mirror match. So this is a close mirror match where you had Blade Gruts versus Blade Gruts, but Doc had the exact same army as Veggie with Kaemon and all. So that'll be a fun one to look forward to. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you so much for joining for this one, Knight of Scape.
Yeah, it's been a good time. Thanks for having me. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope to be back here again someday, maybe.
Yeah, I hope you're able to too. I've had a good time. I thought you were bringing a lot of good insights to the game, and yeah, I'm sure the viewers will enjoy your commentary as well. So I'd love to have you back.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing your casts of the rest of the games here. Some of the stuff that's been teased. So.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of good stuff coming. I mean, it's been a really good year for Online Scape. So I've had a lot of good stuff coming consistently. So I've been happy with it. But yeah, before we sign off, do you have anything that you would like to say to the viewers or share or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, keep. I don't know. Keep enjoying Scape. Keep watching. If you have any questions, comments, please let us know. I've never done any kind of commentating thing like this before, so if you have advice on how to be a better caster person, I am very open to criticism.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you did a good job, but yeah, I mean, honestly always open to feedback, and yeah, not just for Knight of Scape, me as well. Like if there's something that's been annoying you for a while, let me know and I can change it. Because I know I can't unfortunately change my voice, and that annoys me. But that's it's fine. It's fine.
You have a fine voice.
Oh, thank you. I loathe it, but yeah, thanks. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. All that aside, good game. Good co-host. Thank you so much again for joining Night Escape, and thank you viewers for viewing as always. Remember what a glorious world it is that we live in, and this will be 10 points under and out.